Okay, this is Karin and Janeen. We're back. It's been, I think, 12 months, Beasties, since you've seen us, and a lot has happened.
And weren't you happy about that?
Hey, what?
Weren't they happy about that?
Who?
The people watching this.
Oh, okay.
But it's been that long.
Yeah, no, I get the impression actually that they haven't been so happy. Beasties do like to see us and hear us. They may not after today's video.
Yeah.
We may sort of alienate a whole bunch of beasties. What do you think?
Let me premise this by saying I will always, forever and ever watch every single episode
Yeah,
of Beauty and the
absolutely.
Beast.
I will watch them.
And I absolutely love the cast, still do, always have done.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
Okay.
I just, I have a real problem with, and look, Austin, you're sort of, still the heartthrob for both of us, from what you give to your beasties, what you give to the fandom, your intellect, everything.
But what's with the repetition, man?
It's just, and I coped with the first episode because there were some really cute scenes, but I didn't cope with this second episode at all. Now, guys, and what we're doing is we're going to do 2 episodes at a time, and we're going to film them every fortnight because it is a struggle time-wise and everything else. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know that I would have the wherewithal to do every single episode separately like we did in season 2. Even though season 2 was a lot more contentious, it still had a lot more in it for me. Even with the whole Gabe thing, at least we could get angry and upset and mad and not like some stuff but love other stuff. Season 3, obviously we did the first episode but we couldn't come back to it because life got in the way for both of us.
Yeah, didn't it though?
Season 3 was very cutesy and very... I love the wedding at the end of season 3. I mean, we could do a little short recap on season 3.
We could, but I don't really remember much of it, and I haven't actually had time to go back and watch the whole season again, to be honest. Like, so much has been going on in real life that I really, even as it was being shown last season, I watched every single episode, but only once.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the chance to go back and see it, and even if you said to me now, do you remember blah blah, I think I could honestly say no, I don't.
Okay, fair enough.
So I am planning on going back to watch season 3 again. But the one thing that I know season 3 really frustrated me was the constant repetition about living a normal life, following a normal life, blah blah blah.
Yep.
When are they going to understand that this is their normal life?
Yeah.
You know?
And that they're beating us over the head with it, and the repetition. My highlight of season 3 was obviously the wedding at the end of the season. Even though it was a little bit rushed, it was lovely. It was really lovely. I did like it. Yes, I would have liked more sweeping romance, but we knew, both of us knew that we weren't going to get it, and we realised we're not going to get it this year. We're not getting season 1 back, Beasties. I don't care what any of you say. We're not getting those magical season 1 scenes back.
Well, I remember I was talking to you on the phone the other day, and I said the one thing that's missing out of the remaining seasons is the passion that was in season 1.
Yes.
They're saying they're giving us what we want, which is the romance and all that, and they are giving us romance. They're giving us beautiful romance. But what we fell in love with in season 1 was the passion that was evident between Catherine and Vincent, and that I think has been lacking the whole way.
Yep.
And with Brad Kearns being the showrunner for seasons 2, 3, 4, he didn't give us any passion in season 2. He didn't give us any passion in season 3. I don't know why people are expecting it in season 4.
No.
In saying that, I would love it. And I hope I'm wrong. Absolutely hope I'm wrong.
Exactly.
But I think we're going to be stuck with the romantic moments, and and even the oh God, what's my train of thought? Even the snippets about a strategically placed item in front of a fully naked Vincent.
It'll last
be a
3
flash.
seconds.
It'll last 3 seconds. We won't, get a good shot at anything, and how much I, love Vincent naked.
that hasn't changed, thank God.
No.
But look, season 1, episode 1, season 4, opened in the hotel room in Paris. It was really, really cute. It was really, really lovely.
Except Catherine's hand.
The thing that got me...
Debbie Green.
Hey?
Except Catherine's hand, Debbie Green.
Why? What was the go with Catherine's hand?
You know how she's got this way of not touching things? Or by touching things?
I have to go back and look at that.
She was putting her hand on him and she's going like this. and touching him. And it's like Debbie Green said to me, like, you'd grab him, man. You'd like, just put your hand like this. And I said it was almost like she was, her hands weren't...
Come here!
Yeah, it was almost like her hands weren't attached to her arms and, they were just doing something altogether stupid.
Oh, okay, I must go back.
I've always had an issue with the way she holds...
Yeah, I do recall that.
...her hands when she's touching him.
Yep.
It's like she wants to touch him, but she's scared to get all the J-stinners, going off on their trees again. That she's touching him like this rather than like this.
Yep.
Sort of thing. And no, I don't blame her for not wanting to, touch him properly either, but I would...
Hello.
Bugger the J-stinners, I don't know. Anyway, so I've always had an issue with the way she's held on to him with her hands.
Ah, okay. I get what you mean now. Yeah, so...
Debbie Green.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Debbie. Hi, Wilma.
Oh, hi, everyone, by the way.
Yeah, hello. We are here. So... Yeah, episode 1 was kind of cute, and I thought, okay, we're back to cutesy romantic. But this time what vastly amused me is that Catherine was sitting in bed and it looked like, for once, she had no clothes on.
Yeah.
So all of those complaints for the previous couple of seasons where it was obvious she had clothing on, or a singlet or something, thankfully she's taken that a step further, no clothes. But look, what is it with Vincent and robes?
I know.
He went to get out of bed and you saw the flash of his back. As he got out of bed, then he grabs his white waffle cotton bloody robe and puts on the robe, and I thought, no, not robes again.
You just got out of bed from romping with your girlfriend. You don't get dressed, man. You
Wife.
sit there and look at me. Sorry, wife. Oh my God. You sit there and you go, oh, look at me. Yeah. Hello. You don't put your freaking clothes on.
Yeah, I know.
You only do that when you've been together for a long time. Steve and I can't look.
So yeah, I remember thinking, okay, no more Vincent in robes. I don't like my chances, but no more Vincent in robes. And I was hoping after that first episode, please strike the word normal from the BATB dictionary. Just get rid of it. If I hear that word normal once more from any of them,
going backwards or
moving forward
or a normal life or
future. We want a future. We want a happy ending. We all know these people. But the repetitive trope
I'm really hoping, big time, that we're not repetition. We're not repeating those phrases throughout the whole semester. About the whole season. I'm so sorry. About the whole of the season because, I'll watch it, but I won't be doing reviews because it'll be nothing but negativity, and you don't want that from me.
Yeah, well, that's true too. I understand that totally.
But I love it.
I do like.
I love seeing them on the.
Yeah, I do like seeing them on my television.
Yeah.
Even Heather, who's.
I'm loving Heather.
Yeah, oddly enough, so am I.
funny,
And she's looking more like Catherine.
Yeah.
There's something in her mannerisms and the way she's putting that role together, where she's looking and sounding more like Catherine. Greatest choice as an actor for Catherine's little sister. Always thought she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a little annoying, but that's Heather.
No, I'm loving her.
I'm
loving her so far.
Yep.
I think she's really, really good, and I really like the whole, I'm your sister, you're my sister, I don't need your sister judgment or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Excuse me, something like that. And I think good on her for taking with Carl. I would. He was a good looking bloke, I'd do it.
Oh, Pat.
Sorry, Pat.
Hello. Two things.
We moved into the, what are we in now?
I don't know.
The 20s or whatever?
Yeah, well, we're in the year 2016.
So we're in the
Well, let me
20s,
put it this way. If I were to meet
20s,
Vincent after he had saved my life,
I'd jump in.
I'd jump in within 2 hours, let alone 24 hours. So
10 minutes, man.
Yeah, okay, 10 minutes. Come here. I need math to
And then I'd be hanging on to that beast in more ways than one.
Yeah, exactly. So I had no problems with she and Carl getting jiggy with it within 24 hours.
Interestingly, as an aside to everything, I've actually been reading some articles lately where they're saying that the youth of today, they do sleep around because sex is just so out there in the open, and they don't respect their bodies respect their bodies, so to speak. That's what they say. I'm not saying
I was about to say.
They say people they don't respect their bodies. Where now the stigma of only not sleeping with a stranger it's not there anymore. Girls don't get called sluts anymore because they've slept with more than 3 guys.
Oh, they do.
If they dress terribly.
Yeah.
If they dress revoltingly.
Yeah.
Then they might.
Yeah, exactly.
But not just for having sex with a few different guys. So what?
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway.
So we digress. Just
so
slightly.
going back.
But yeah, Vincent. would take 10 minutes, so that's not an issue. And one of our Beasties, Pat, raised an issue that it didn't seem believable when Catherine was first taken by our beast hunter last week in episode 1, that Vincent struggled to track her straight away. I didn't have a problem with that actually, because it was a very busy scene. He was rusty.
He wasn't expecting it.
He wasn't expecting it, and let's face it, she had put him through his paces sexually. We did get that. We got that intimation.
I think it was more like because of the size of the crowd, because there was a lot of people around, and he wasn't training on her with his senses. He was only looking at her. So when she did disappear, I can totally believe that he was a bit. Oh my God, what happened? I'm trying to lean on something because my back's a bit sore. I understand that he wouldn't have sensed the danger because he wasn't looking for it.
Yeah, because he was in eyesight and earshot of her. So when she suddenly vanished from one second to the next, and he went into a bit of a panic mode, because all he'd had was obviously the inside of a Paris hotel room for 2 months with lots of sex. I mean, you know, I reckon his brain, amongst other things, would be slightly addled too. So I have no problems with that.
My brain's addling just thinking of Vincent and sex.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that. There is that. Yeah. So no, I didn't have any particular issues with those sorts of things.
There has been inconsistencies with Vincent's senses and what he can and can't do
all the
throughout the whole 4 seasons.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
When I see an inconsistency, I don't even think about it. I just go, you know, he didn't. Because, if we were going to go on it, if we were going to pick the inconsistencies and why didn't he do that, why didn't he do this,
you'd go mad.
Why was he driving a lot, riding his bike and not sensitive to Catherine falling off? You know, all these sort of things,
true,
you know?
True.
It's just
very, very true. I do agree with you.
It's been inconsistent the whole way through.
And, you know, and somebody else said, Heather fell 2.5 stories, it should have killed her. No, not necessarily.
Well, you've seen people get squashed between 2 cars and walk out without a scratch. You know, things happen.
Look, first week of April, I went head first straight into my shower wall as a result of the drugs that I was on for my nerve pain. I would have loved to have seen that. No, you wouldn't have loved to have seen that. It would have been very funny. I would have laughed. And then I would have worried if you... Then I would have worried. True,
I would have laughed first.
But I literally smashed head first straight into a concrete tile wall, almost knocked myself out, and I was told if I'd hit there rather than sort of here... I might not be here talking to anybody today. I might be 6 feet under. So you can walk away from things that can kill you.
Totally.
People have fallen way further than 2.5 stories to survive. So, okay, she got a few cuts and scrapes and bruises. She was lucky she fell on the grass rather than on anything else. It happens.
I'd like to know how she fell on her back but had scratches on her face.
Yeah, that too. So,
Inconsistencies.
Yeah, inconsistencies. But obviously she was meant to fall so she could meet the EMT Kyle. Everybody says that they don't trust Kyle. I'm reserved on that. I was of that ilk until I realised that Vincent knew him because he had dealt with him at the hospital. So my inclination at the moment is that Kyle's probably okay, and why shouldn't a cute girl be interested in a cute guy and vice versa? So I'm hoping he's in it more. I'm hoping that...
He is in it more because... I'm going to tell you what I had a theory of, right?
Okay.
And so what I did today. Right? My theory was that maybe the person that's after the beast is Evan.
Right? Okay, because we are told he's going to be in an episode this season.
So why I'm thinking that maybe, and what's going to happen is that he's not actually... So what I think is that Evan's out there and he knows that Vincent's out there. But he wasn't 100% sure what he was. Because remember, he only glanced at him very, very quickly.
Yeah, true.
And then as they were leaving, he could see what he could do, but he didn't really know more than what he'd just seen with his own eyes. So he's then with all the cover-ups and everything like that, he knows that, yes, there are holes in my theory, by the way. He knows that there's beasts out there, but he may not realise that it's still Vincent.
Or he may, and even though he may want Vincent dead, he may not want Beasts outed.
Yes.
Because Evan, for all intents and purposes, was dead.
Yes.
But he was dead.
Yes.
So to bring him back,
now.
maybe, he's a beast. Yeah. So he doesn't necessarily want Beasts outed. No. He just maybe wants them
Vincent
dead.
Yeah, and wants anyone that's connected to Catherine. Right, so, now, like I said, there is holes with my theory. Then I was thinking that maybe it was him, so what but what it's going to end up being is that he is going to be the avenue for Vincent to either be cured from being a beast,
Yep.
or give them the way that he's been living without detection.
Yep.
For all the time since they thought he was dead, and he's not.
Yep.
So, because at the beginning of the season of episode 1, they alluded to the fact that there has to be a way out of all of this.
Yes.
Right.
True.
So there's got to be something that's going to happen. Because I really don't see them killing Vincent off.
No, it would
Or
be crazy
Catherine.
if they did, because they wouldn't have known when they got cancellation for season 4 that it wouldn't be picked up by the likes of Netflix or Hulu.
Yeah, but even
going
if it
into
was,
the
they
future.
can still explain that away like they did with Gabe.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
So,
True.
but
True.
I don't see them killing Vincent. So I think he either relinquishes his powers.
Yep, maybe even to Kyle.
Or finds another way of living out of the spotlight without fear of detection.
Yep.
And I think Evan is going to be involved in that
somehow.
So
cool.
So in that thought, see, I was going somewhere with this. In that thought, I looked up on IMDb to see if I could see how many episodes he was in.
Yep.
But I can't see his name at all.
Okay.
So there's the hole in my theory.
Okay. Well,
but I saw Kyle's name in there a couple of times, so he is a recurring character.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But they might be keeping the whole thing about Evan close to their chest, or Evan may be a flashback. He may be in it this season. He may turn up, but he may turn up for a flashback.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, rather than anything else. But time will tell. But yeah, look, love Tess, love the way she looks, love the curly hair.
Yeah, Tess is annoying the shit out of bejeebies out of me.
Oh, she is and she isn't. She is because, again, it's all part of this repetitive thing.
Yeah,
but on the other hand, I understand why she would be feeling like that.
Yeah, but I don't need to hear it 15 times in 40 minutes.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
It's actually 80 minutes. Because
it's like this vicious loop has gone on now for around about 80 minutes across the 2 episodes of the B word and living a normal life and blah, blah,
We're
blah.
going backwards, we want to move forward.
And I'm finding her scenes with JT, it's really interesting from a lighting point of view. Her scenes with JT are very dark, lighting-wise. Vincent's and Kat's are much more light-driven. Yeah. And it's now JT and Tess.
They're in the dark.
They're in the dark and I'm struggling to see them. And I love those two. You know, I'm a big proponent for JT and T. And I love seeing them together. I love them both. I get totally where JT is coming from. He was the one that made sense to me. Yeah. From his character's motivation and why he would still want to be involved, totally get it. And Austin pulls that off beautifully. I loved, and I told you that when I walked in, I really liked Vincent last week, and a few people have commented. I read Frederica's review today, where she said she really liked that Vincent last week had finally settled and accepted and was prepared to move forward and do stuff. Yeah. And that was based on last week's episode, which is fantastic. But
it was a complete about-face this time.
It was a total about-face this week. He went back to being victim, insecure, worried for everybody else, worried about him. The confidence that he had last week, gone.
But I guess that stands to reason when you start thinking, because he's starting to think that after 2 months there's been no repercussions of anything that happened previously, so he's starting to get his confidence back, thinking everything's gone away, and that they're out and they're out. He's talking, he's working, and everything's fine. And then all of a sudden he gets slapped back into that past because someone's after Beast again. Yeah. But I like his thinking, and he says they don't necessarily know it's me.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's very
I like that he's rational enough for that. But I don't know that I necessarily... You know what? I'd rather see less about them worrying about what's happening with their futures going backwards, forwards or sideways. I'd rather them just concentrate on the baddie of the week.
Yeah, same.
And moving their relationships forward rather than this... And when I say that, it's like they can still look for ways that they can live their life, but then they don't have to say every 5 seconds, want a normal life, we want a normal life. How about, you know what, this is our life, let's just move on from here.
Yeah. And let's have scenes that reflect that.
Yeah.
Let's have them going to the pool. I did like the rooftop dinner at the end of last week.
Yeah, that was cute.
Let's have them going swimming. Let's have them going bike riding. Let's have them leading a normal life. Yeah. If she's going to worry every single day she's running with him that he's going to blur across the city, that's going to get old too. There was a lot
Fear
in
of
the second
exposure.
episode. Yeah, this
expose yourself, Vincent, I'll watch.
Now that's the sort of exposure we can all deal with.
Yeah, I'll watch.
Yeah, we'll all watch that.
Yeah.
And actually one of our Beastie fans, Pat, again, did
Yeah.
point out apparently Kristen Crook is producer on this season.
Well, another thing someone pointed out, which I didn't really, I sort of have just seen now, that they said, I can't remember exactly, but it was something along the lines, the first few episodes were going to be a little bit, and then they really
Ramped it up
later in the season.
God, I hope so.
Because that's when they found out that they weren't going to be renewed, and so they thought, right, we need to go out with a bang on this. Because they found out fairly early that they weren't going to be renewed in season 4. Because don't forget, this was taped last year.
Oh yeah, true. I think they hadn't even finished filming season 3.
That's right.
As far as I'm aware, before they knew
4, but they knew that they weren't going to have season 5.
Yep.
So I think, sorry, good itch. So I'm thinking that when they knew that there wasn't going to be a season 5, that they really, I've heard that they really then amped up everything after that. And even Austin has said that his favourite episodes are yet to come.
Yep.
So
and
I'm
Austin,
hoping,
you I trust.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that he's right in that the episodes as they come later are going to be, because I love this show with everything. It's been everything to me, but I really hope that we don't get every single week mentions of normals or going backwards or forwards or a normal life.
Exactly right.
Now, in saying that, I really liked the lighter humour.
Yes.
That they're
Interestingly,
bringing.
they did the lighter humour last year, but it fell a little flat for me a few times. Whereas I'm not minding that this season, and I'm trying to work out why I don't mind it this season when it got a bit silly on me last season. Maybe I got used to it.
Yeah, maybe. But I think the lighter side that Heather's bringing into the show, I really like her, little side comments about, so what else is new?
Yeah, true. So
I really, because to me that's real. She's being real with her interactions with him. It's like, well, why can't I have a boyfriend? We're always going to be here.
Yeah, well,
so she's
I agree. What else is
she's more accepting of their situation than any of the other 4 are.
Yeah, true.
And is that just because she's new to it? I don't know. But Heather's like, she goes, well, yeah, so what? This is new. I know this. Yeah, and the realisation that she can't have a boyfriend because of what happened to the girl and that they were looking after her. And this, that's a really, really big stretch to draw that conclusion.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Big stretch.
Yeah,
massive stretch.
I think that was my problem with episode 2 too, that it was just too convenient.
I think they were too, I know that they want to, I would rather them have in the background them looking for the beast person and have other things happen throughout the life.
Yeah.
And it's like Vincent using his senses at work and nearly getting caught, or Catherine being on a completely unrelated detective thing and then working together to find the murderer.
Yeah, exactly.
And have in the background them looking for who's got the beast
of the week,
the bounty out,
And 5 million isn't enough. I did agree with Vincent on that score.
Yeah.
Measly 5 million per.
So I don't think they actually needed to do the whole every single week is about who's the beast, who's put the beast bounty on. They could have them living their normal life and incorporating them looking for a bit, like if it'd be 15 minutes on it, hey, look, let's go check out this lead. It's something that's come up about the beast hunter. They go check it out and it turns out to be either a lead, we'll follow that through, or Vincent, you go and do this, or Catherine, you go do that. But then have them working together in other ways to show that their life is moving forward.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Almost like take up where Castle left off, where they're investigating cases every week.
Yeah.
And do we think somehow that our dude from DHS is involved, or he's just what he says he is?
I haven't even given him a thought.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I did today because obviously his scene was longer today. And
I didn't even give him a thought. I just sort of thought, there's the guy from DHS.
But, is he maybe the one who's decided, I don't like all this covering up, this is going to blow up in my face, let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of Vincent after all.
Well, maybe it is, because I think we mentioned that, didn't we?
Yeah, we could have. I don't know.
I don't know, because now that you said that, that sounds familiar to me, that we thought, maybe it was the DHS. dude because he wants to get rid of Vincent and then he doesn't have to cover anything up.
Exactly.
So maybe we did talk about that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's another thing.
So that it could be him.
Yeah.
Or it could be totally unrelated, or who knows. Not got a single clue.
I am excited to see what happens with the rest of the season. I really am. I'm really interested to see how they close it off.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to say something here which is probably going to get a lot of hate, and I'm okay with that. If the repetitiveness is going to be a theme right throughout the season, I don't want there to be a season 5.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm sorry, but I would much rather see them living life, doing, have a hospital drama one week and a police drama the next minute, have them working, having them use his senses, having him hone his senses, having him work out how to disguise his senses from...
See, remember Vincent from season 2 when he took out Zhao and he took out the bad guys in the warehouse after Catherine found him? He did have amnesia, but he was more that proper almost superhero with the heart of gold.
So why can't they...
He had that hard edge.
Why couldn't they do that?
And he could still explore because he understood his powers better.
Yeah.
He's gone backwards again for me. He's become very tentative again.
It's like he doesn't know what he's capable of anymore.
And he does know what he's capable of. I mean, he proved that in last week's episode with the damn French car crash.
Yeah.
And what was those two? I mean, surely you'd be more concerned about the fact and say, hey, thank you, rather than his eyes are glowing. How about... They didn't seem really all that impressed.
Like that could have been a reflection from the fire, really? They could have explained that so much better.
Unless they were part of a setup to lure him out.
But they didn't know he was there.
Probably not, but...
Could be. But did they know he was there?
Yeah. I don't know. There was just something wrong in their non-reaction to somebody. I mean, at least Chicky from today, Bootsy, at least she realised something's going on. She realised he's not quite normal.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what, obviously. But at least she was really grateful that he saved her and her family. So...
True.
Yeah,
there's a couple of... Oh, God, I'm going to get so much hate over that season 5 comment. I'm sorry, but there's so many different directions I would have taken it rather than just... I would have liked to have seen them take it rather than them just be about moving forward and finding the normal. And
obviously every third episode it needed to be written into the contract that they do those hot scenes that they did in season 1. Because let's face it, every third episode... Well, maybe not every episode. Let's be...
Maybe... No, I think every episode...
Look, I know
the whole scene took 1:17 out of a 40-minute show. Come on.
True. Yeah, all right. We could happily have that every episode.
Or slow motion. Do one scene that's 10 seconds and put it on for 2 minutes. I'm fine with that. Slow motion. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I know what you mean. But I just,
If they're going to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith all year and just cutesy and talking about futures and normals all year, I mean, okay, there is now the talk about her maybe getting pregnant in episode 4. I think that's coming up. There's talk about her thinking she might be pregnant. That could raise an interesting storyline. If it is the last season, being pregnant and having that play out to the end of the season could be interesting. But then again, I don't know. I'm in two minds about that. I just want them back in the pool. I want them back in bed. I want them in the shower. We're shallow. On the floor.
Under a waterfall.
Yeah. It's
on the boat. Walking on the beach.
Yeah, we're shallow that way. But look, that's what everybody fell in love with in season 1.
I want it so badly between these two. I'd even watch them do it in a dump.
Yeah, same. Because with those two it'd be hot.
Yeah. Like they'd be sifting, what's this piece of...
I mean, their chemistry is still really good. And what were the tweets I read from Stuart Gillard over the last couple of days? That apparently Jay was making KK laugh so hard in the French vineyard that she almost fell into the ditch. And that even he said, these two need to get another show together. Yeah. Because they're that good together.
They are
and
brilliant.
he's right, they're brilliant together.
I was, I noticed someone said, suddenly KK can understand French. I'm like, well, she's Canadian, so maybe...
French-Canadian. Apparently Stewie said the same. Her French is beautiful.
Yeah.
And Jay's is non-existent.
But
he's so charming in how he does it that everybody forgives Jay straight away.
Yeah.
And as any of us Beasties would forgive Jay of just about
like I like
anything.
And that's fine. That's smart. Look, I do love that they're back on the screen.
Yeah, look, I must admit that is nice.
Me. I love that they're back on the screen, and I was sitting at work today, and I thought, oh, it's Monday, and I was excited to watch the episode again.
Yep.
Wasn't quite so excited at the end of the episode,
yeah, not wrong.
I'm still excited for next Monday to see,
absolutely.
To see what's going to happen. For next week, but I'm thinking.
Where do you think JT's going to go now that he hasn't taken tenure? What do you reckon?
Well, that's a very good question, and I have no answer for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have an answer either, but obviously that opens him up to more. You know, let him run DHS, Homeland Security.
Well,
he'd be great at that.
He would be, and or at least something in the police line where he can use his skills.
But can also teach and train people at the same time, because that's obviously what he's good at. But I like Tess as the captain.
I work in a university, and I know that's just not true. But anyway,
I loved when Tess dressed up as Bootsy. Loved that blouse.
Yeah.
I thought she rocked that whole outfit.
She did. She looked great.
She does look great. Look, they're all beautiful. They all.
I
look
like
great.
the lighter costumes
colours.
of both Vincent and Catherine this season. And I think that's, because
Did you notice at the beginning when they went for their run in episode 2, he's wearing the dark charcoal t-shirt and she's wearing the dark charcoal singlet. They were so beautiful.
Matchy.
Catherine Ashton, well done. They did look lovely. There's no doubt about it. But it's too late now. Season 4 is done and dusted. But please, no more robes for Vincent.
I actually think it was quite funny. Sorry, I'm yawning. When they're running together and she's talking to him and he's just completely ignoring her.
Yep.
Because he's focused on something that is such a male thing.
I
thought that was quite funny actually.
Yeah, that's normal.
He's just taken off and running. But the whole, blur thing. Oh, you shouldn't be blurring. You can't get distracted like that. What if someone sees you? Blah blah blah.
But when he's blurred, nobody sees him anyway.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. He can run as fast as he wants because nobody can see him.
Yeah,
so
and
what
then
is she worried
so
about?
long as at his destination, when he stops, he blurs into an alley that no one can see him in. Yeah.
Blur away, Vincent.
Blur away. Oh, absolutely. Take me with you.
Yeah. And when people say to Catherine, I saw you running with someone, he was there 1 minute gone, the next go, he fell, you must have just,
missed it.
He tripped over, you must have missed him getting back up again.
There's all sorts of ways.
When you need to explain things away, you can explain them any way you want.
Perfect example of that, and we're both into this new show this year, is Lucifer.
Yeah.
She knows, deep down inside, she knows he's the devil, but she's in total denial because, let's face it, admitting that your working partner is Satan himself, that's a lot to rock your mind around. By the way, great show. Really, really, really enjoying that. And it's got nothing to do with love interests. It's got everything to do with the lead male. He just does an awesome job.
Scorpion still does it for me.
Oh, I've only caught bits of that. But the jury's out for me with season 4 and Beauty and the Beast. The cast, I love seeing them on our screen. I love their interactions. I just think the material that they're being given is disappointing them this year.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
Yes. But look, there's a lot that I do like about it. Like I said, I like the lighter costuming. I like the lighter side of it. I like the comedy relief that Heather or Nicole brings into it. I'm loving Austin and his... I think this season for Austin is going to be about him finding himself.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
Austin, sorry, JT.
Yes.
Is of him finding out what it is that he's going to do with the rest of his life now. Because he's been the one that protected Vincent, he's been the one that's helped Vincent, he's been the one that's, all about Vincent and the Beasts and everything like that. I think he'll find something that will fulfill him. He needs to find that this season.
Because now, Catherine was always a love interest and a girlfriend, but now she's the traditional wife.
Yeah.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. She has Vincent's back, Vincent has her back. They are a married couple now.
Yeah.
So there is a totally different dynamic there, I think, psychologically for JT.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing that. He's helping in the way that he can.
Yeah, totally.
But he's not...
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, but he doesn't have Vincent's back the same way because he knows Catherine. He's got Tess, but he knows Catherine has Vincent's back.
But see, I think it's more because he's got Tess in his back saying, what are you doing, what are you doing? You don't have to do this anymore, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I think, for me personally, I think it's more than him and the Vincent-Catherine thing. I think it's the Tess thing.
Oh, that too.
Because Tess doesn't want anything to do with it, really, deep down. She doesn't want anything to do with that. And he's in love with her. So... he feels I think he's always going to feel obligated to help Vincent because he's the reason why Vincent is what he is.
Yes, true.
And I just don't think that's something that Tess really quite understands. I think is at the crux of what JT, of who JT is when it comes to Vincent. And I think that has never really been explained to Tess properly.
Yep.
But I think I would have thought that Tess would be more understanding to him needing to still do this. And just because he's getting caught up, this is where the parallel just because JT's getting caught up in helping Vincent again, what does that have anything to do with them moving into a house together?
Nothing.
So why is it all of a sudden this big thing that because he's doing that, do you want to still move in with me?
Yep.
The two aren't.
Yeah, the two aren't related as such.
So
of course he wants to move in with her. He's in love with her.
I
think part of Tess's problem is the fact that she's police captain now. I think if she was just a cop who was Kat's partner, it would be different.
I get that. I get that.
Because she's the police captain, it is a damn sight harder.
I totally get that, but
But she's letting that affect her.
It's got nothing to do with him wanting to move in together.
Yeah.
With her, him trying to help JT. I mean, Vincent.
Yes.
JT trying to help Vincent.
Yep.
It's got nothing to do with why isn't he packing. Yes, he's not packing because he's caught up in this. Yep. It's not because he doesn't want to move in with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And I'm like, I just wanted to slap Tess a couple of times.
Yeah. Oh, look, and it was just more this repetition because she talked this stuff last week. The whole B word and moving on and
Maybe we're being
now
all last week. Repetitious with the whole.
Yeah, I suspect so. But we can only reflect what's happened in the episodes.
Well, that's true.
So, and that's what's been happening in the two episodes.
Yeah.
I'd sort of like to see it take a really
happy trail.
Happy trail. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen any happy trails. Yeah, you're not wrong.
But anyway.
Not wrong. I'd actually like it to do something mental, like Kyle becomes the new Beast and Heather has to take over and Heather and Kyle become the new Vincat in the future. That would be a bit funny. I just think that would be a bit amusing.
I would like to see season 5 with completely different writers but the same characters.
Yeah, no. I'm going to take that a step further. If you're going to do season 5, Hulu or Netflix, you need the two of us. We'll write season 5 for you.
There's a couple of other people that can join us.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
We need a team. There's about 10 that I would like to get involved. Like Kristen,
and we'd be awesome.
You know, so many others.
Yeah, there's a pile of us.
Yeah, that I'd like to. Omega, Debbie Green.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like us all to sit in a room together and go, right, now what do we want these characters to do?
Exactly. Other than sex, obviously.
Well, that would be a big part of it.
Yeah.
We might have to go to HBO. Hey, why didn't we? Why didn't we?
Why are we not campaigning HBO? Because, you know, if there was one thing about True Blood I quite enjoyed from time to time was the really hot sex.
Well, not only that, but, like, the violent, you can be more violent on True Blood.
Yeah. I mean, HBO has got Game of Thrones, and I'm loving Game of Thrones this season.
But you can have more, like HBO's more, they could go so much further with everything on HBO.
Oh, could they what?
So why aren't we, you know, why aren't we campaigning HBO?
And then, you know, get all of us together and the fans will take, let me put it this way, if one of us wins $40 million in Tassoto over this next 3 to 6 month period, let's just get the project up and running ourselves.
Well, it would have to be you, because I don't buy tickets.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then I'll buy the tickets. I'll win $40 million, and we'll do it as a fan project worldwide, and we'll get Beauty and the Beast rebooted off the ground.
That post that I did today about the starting, you know, you do the campaign for fundraising.
Yeah, the GoFundMe.
Yeah. Why don't we GoFundMe to start another season of Beauty and the Beast?
I actually really like that idea.
Why can't we do that? Why can't we start that? Because, you know, I know that we can't afford it. Like, we're looking millions and millions and millions of dollars and we don't have it. But, hey, maybe there's a benefactor out there that will help us go along. Like, you know, we have no way of knowing whether or not anyone's interested in doing it, but...
That could be interesting. Because even if we can't get another series, maybe we could make a feature movie. And do stuff with a feature movie that could be really exciting. Anyway, we better shut up because...
Are you interested? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. But, you know, it is over. You have filmed season 4. Yes. It is over. So we're not trying to go... I know we sound like we're being hypercritical of the writers, and I guess we are.
Yeah.
We are.
We
We are. But it in no way...
But I'm only a little disappointed with these 2 episodes.
Yes, that is true.
I'm really open to it being a completely different story next week.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to being proven completely wrong about my fear of it being a repetition.
Yep, I agree.
I'm really, really excited for that to be proven wrong.
Yep, exactly. I want some of those pool cue moments back. I want some of that. I think that's a little bit... Isn't that interesting? I mean the Beast Hunter last week, and I've seen that actor before. I just couldn't work out where I'd seen him. But the Beast Hunter last week... Yeah, I'm going to have to do that because he was very familiar. But even though he met a gruesome death with an elephant tusk coming out of his chest, interestingly enough, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say now.
Did you read Nick's article on that, saying
Yes.
that the realisation that he was still capable of all of this stuff? The look
the look between them, that there's...
I never thought of it like that, but it's quite interesting that there's...
Yeah, no, I do agree with Nick Roman's articles, generally speaking. I usually like them. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Vincent is a bit like Arrow. Sometimes he's going to have to kill people. Whether he likes it or not, he's going to have to kill people. And that's all there is to it.
He can kill me with passion.
Yeah, well, it's a whole different kind of killing. His wife might object to that. The character's wife might object to that, but other than that, but hey.
Well, he can pretend I'm Catherine. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You know, I don't have to be a new love interest or a triangle. Thank God they're not going to go down that track.
Well,
thank God. They better not, because if they do...
No, they won't.
Right, anyway, but no, I can be a pretend Catherine. I'll dye my hair brown.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lose
100 kilos. We'll be right.
All right, well, we haven't started off so much with our wild hilarity this first couple of episodes, but that's to be expected too. It's been 12 months, and that's been the other problem. It's a bit like Game of Thrones. This is such a long hiatus between being able to watch that, and real life does have a tendency to get in the way. So guess what? It's more difficult to be invested. But hopefully, as these weeks roll through, we will start to become more invested.
Yeah, and I think also too, because season 3, season 4 has been over winter, whereas seasons 1 and 2 were over summer, we had more time because we had longer days and you know, all that sort of thing. So it is like, I'm looking at the time now and it's almost 7:30, 6:30, 6
It's actually only just before 6 p.m. and it's dark outside.
But I'm still 2 hours away from home.
Yeah.
If we finish this now, I'm still 2 hours away from home.
Yep.
So it's still all that, and when it's daylight, you don't think about that.
Yeah, true.
Whereas at night time, it's like, oh God, look, it's really dark outside. It's been dark now for over an hour, and all of a sudden it's like, oh God, I'm still 2 hours away from home. So I think because of being winter too, psychologically we're going, oh, it's harder, it's cold outside and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, we'll get there.
Yeah, I know we will.
And I don't know I don't think we should commit to doing it every fortnight. You know, let's see how next week brings. We might say, it's an awesome episode, we've got to talk about it.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be really, really good. But yeah, I'm open to that as well. That, you know, we may do it fortnightly, or we may do a couple of weeks in a row and then do 2 more a fortnight after that. But that is the beauty between the lag between Canada and America.
Yeah, but hopefully the popularity will be back soon.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would like that. Anyway, Beasties, this actually went for longer than I expected it would. The way I felt at the beginning of this, I thought we're not going to last 10 minutes. But then again, we get together and
we just
talk
bullshit, as they say. So anyway, I'm at Janeen on Twitter, Janeen.
And I'm obviously BATB, Passion on Twitter. You can catch these video reviews on Forever Beasties, which is our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Or our couple of pages that I always share it on, which is BATB Passion on Facebook or Forever Beasties on Facebook. We will be sharing it there too.
Yeah.
So obviously you'll have lots of different opportunities. Austin, well actually if you're watching this you already know that I tweeted the link to you, so that goes without saying as well.
Okay then.
All right. We did well. Hardly any bloopers either, except for the very first one, which I realised was funny.
I can do this now. I can do it.
Yeah,
Speak no evil.
Speak no evil. Say no evil.
Hear no evil.
And it's till next week or within the next week or two, Beasties. We'll see you again soon. Bye. I'm going to have to test for sound in a minute. But yeah, no, the light is good. It doesn't have to be really bright. And considering your Janeen is back to not wanting to be seen. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And
can't hear you.
You may actually appreciate Janeen wearing that soon, because based on episode 2. Okay, but we're testing this, and we've decided, or I've decided, we're going to put the bloopers at the end of every episode.
She's the boss.
Yeah, because I'm the boss of that sort of bullshit. So otherwise, you'll never get the bloopers. Let's face it. It's going to get very busy. I'm starting a logical and critical thinking course this week from the University of Auckland. And all things going according to plan, I might get a new job within Crown Casino soon. That would be exciting.
All right, let's see how this sounds. Yep. And today we watched episode 2. Yep. And we're probably going to go from backwards and forwards because we can't remember which one's which, because that's how memorable it was. Not.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on. I need to get you more into the frame, darling girl. That's better.
I'm alright if I'm not in.
Yeah, I know you're
You just have my voice.
No. You need to come closer to me. Remember that all that about getting closer? That's better. I like it. That's way better.
I've got contacts. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, they're actually cool. And I realised that, good grief, I like my skin. It's taken 6 months of serious work and a lot of bucks to get my diet right and my lotions right. But
I did look prettier.
Yeah, you always look perfectly lovely.
I've been at work all day and, you know, he stays pretty at work. Oh my lord.
I was just, making my pants right, that's all, because I live in leggings. See, you can't see that, but I kind of live in leggings.
Special effects.
I need that. I have the big version of that all the time. I need the big fan.
This sits in front of me all the time.
Okay, well this is a blooper. I like that idea. Let's just do 2 episodes at a time.
Yeah, let's
every fortnight.
Mismatch.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.